The time's here. Haunting Adeline, cat and mouse duet. I got Matt doing his homework on it as well. We're about halfway through. He's cheating using the audiobook, so he's getting some very sultry tones.
I think it's worse for me.
Yeah, it probably is. But I've been reading it the old-fashioned way, old natural, the way the Lord intended, the way Book Talk preaches.
Yep. 31-year-old man reads books the old-fashioned way.
Goddamn right. It is revolting. You said it best. If a man wrote that book, he would be in jail.
I would push for him to be in prison. He would deserve it.
It is unbelievable. So, before diving into the spaghetti and the meatballs, I think the most important thing to mention, this book flips between the victim and the stalker.
The manipulator
and the shadow. Yep. The shadow is...
Wait, real fast. Is this spoiler free or no?
No.
All right, spoilers out the wazoo. We're just going to talk about the whole fucking book. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, up until where we are right now, which is 250-ish pages in. The stalker is an elite hacker and pedophile hunter / human trafficker dismantler.
Yep.
And I even highlighted this. One of his core character traits that he openly expresses numerous times is how he wants to end human trafficking and the suffering of children and women at the hands of monsters. But he is also himself a rapist.
Well, that's what you're missing, is the beautiful juxtaposition that she's showing, the duality of man.
Yeah.
So, to go even further back, there's a woman, Adeline, that he's stalking and, like Charlie said, raping.
Yep.
Like, he's just sexually assaulting her throughout the book.
Yep, numerous times.
And the book flips between their two perspectives. His are, like, Mission Impossible, like, fucking MacGuber mission. They're the worst. Like, always talking about he's the best hacker in the world. Mm-hmm. There's 12 guys up against him. It's not going to be a fair fight for the 12 guys. Like, that kind of bullshit. And it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't, but here, I found where I highlighted. In Chapter 12, the Shadow says, "This is where I make a difference in the world, where I find women and children who need saving while also witnessing the torture those sick individuals put them through." So he views the torture of women and children as sickening. There's numerous mentions about how he can't sleep, and he sees the world as so depraved because of what people are doing to women and children, and he is literally doing the same thing to a woman.
Yeah. And I really... That is part of the book, because I'm on the audiobook and I have to listen to it on increased speed so I can get through it. I'm a little further, and there's just a few other parts, like, even more so, where they kind of really... They do the goofy movie scrunching of the map, where there's kind of this jump where, like, throughout a lot of it, she is like, fuck this guy. Like, this is my stalker. This is my sexual assaulter. And then it's just kind of like, okay, like, she's still mad, but, like, he's kind of cool, I guess.
So that's where I'm at right now. They portray him as a positive raper.
Yeah.
Like they talk about, well, the author mentions, like, how striking he is, and, like, how all of, like, the sexual assault is, like, so, like, enrapturing to her. I don't even know if that's a word. Like, it inebriates her. I'm using nonsense words
because she does too.
Exactly. Like, it's unbelievable that she is portraying a raper as, like, a sympathetic character and, like, hot.
The way she also really tries to almost, like, spin this web that it's... the author never comes out and is like, this is good that he's done this, but it's almost painted that he's being nice because he has yet to do anything to her at one point. Like, all of the pleasure is given to Adeline. Given to in big fat quotes because it's sexual assault.
Yeah, so I think an important thing to mention is, like, I know rape fantasy books are something kind of popular, I guess.
Like dark erotica.
This is super different, though, because she is constantly sobbing. Like, as he is assaulting her, she is crying, she is in pain, she is numerous mentions of how desperately she wants him to leave. And then when it's all said and done, she's like, yeah, it's like kind of okay.
Right.
She is like... I got to the most recent one.
Oh God.
He
Which one was it?
he fucked her with the gun.
Yeah, that one. I read that in the reviews before we started the book. I didn't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
And I got to that and I was like, who even put this on paper?
Yeah.
Like, why?
So I actually highlighted a lot from the scene here.
Oh,
There's a lot here. So his big thing is he's punishing her because she was with another man at one point, whom he of course murdered.
And cut his hands off and mailed them to her.
That's right, and sent her his severed hands. So now he's fully confronting her after so long of stalking and torturing her, like psychologically breaking into her house numerous times. As much as I hate to say this to you, I'm no stranger to a woman's pussy and what it feels like when it weeps for me. Yeah, that's the writing style here of Haunting Adeline. I curl my lip in disgust. Last time I checked, most girls weep because they're upset. Take a hint. Little mouse, that's exactly what I'm doing. And then he forcefully undresses her. And then, as he's like moving her thong to the side, he points a gun at my face. I recoil, pinching my eyes shut, letting loose a startled yelp. Relax. I just want you to suck on it. So he puts the gun in her mouth.
I hate it.
It's so bad. He puts the gun in her mouth and says, "Suck," he orders, his tone deepening with finality. Closing my eyes against more tears, I open my mouth and let him guide the gun between my teeth. "Such a good girl," he says, pulling the dripping gun out, a trail of saliva following until it snaps. And then it continues with that. And then he circles my entrance with the tip of the gun, the metal slipping against my skin. Oh God, please don't. This time my words are cut off from him dipping the gun past my folds. Just the tip, but enough to close my throat, only allowing a startled squeak to escape. He laughs cruelly. "You even sound like a mouse." And now skipping ahead here.
This reminds me, by the way, of like when we were in high school and you had to go around the class and read the book out loud.
Oh no, I know.
Very similar.
It's same kind of books. "I can feel how tight your pussy is. The way it grips onto my gun when I slide it out. So fucking pretty." And then he goes on, violating her, assaulting her with a gun in her vagina.
And she tears up and cries.
She cries,
and
yep.
Like, there are parts where you get a peek into her thoughts, where she's like, "Why am I enjoying some of this?" And it's like, that is, I'm not going to say that's okay, like I'm glad it's in the book. That part of her character I understand. The part I don't is the way he is written in, like you said, we don't need to be like, "Oh, there's a glimpse of moonlight and I see how fucking striking his jaw is and damn, his chest just emanates masculinity." And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's excessive. So this scene of him raping her with the gun goes on for a while. I look up through half-lidded eyes, still jerking from little shocks when he lifts the gun and swallows the barrel. It feels like an out-of-body experience as I watch him lick the weapon clean and put it back in his jeans. My body is full of rage, humiliation, and shame.
Yeah, so...
And then she talks about how positive it is.
Somebody brought this scene up to me the other day, and I guess there's a debate, which I'm going to end the debate right here for you. The debate is, they were like, "Oh, did you get to," and I said the gun rape scene, and they were like, "Well, people debate whether or not it's rape because she enjoyed it." And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
There was zero consent.
Oh my God.
That should not be debated. Even if the female character, if Adeline was like, "That's the best thing I've ever felt in my life," rape. It is still rape.
There's even a strict mention, I don't know if I highlighted it, like, where she says, "I've never been so debased. My consent meant nothing to him at all."
Yep.
Like, she mentions multiple times how she does not consent to any of it at all. Doesn't want any of it at all.
I really don't, like...
Oh, that's... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the person I was talking to was not arguing that it wasn't. They were just saying there is debating going on about it. And I was like, no, there's zero consent in this portion of the book, or any portion of the book.
So far, yeah.
And this is the thing about the book, where, like, we're just doing full spoilers. It starts with he's literally breaking into the house and leaving roses around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is torturing this woman mentally and then physically. And the part I'm at is she now finds out, this may be a spoiler for you, I don't know how far you read, she finds out what he does, like, for a living.
I haven't got to that yet.
And there's, the way it's written is she's like, oh my god, like, my heart flutters, like, this man, he's so good in the world. And I'm like, what? Like, this is crazy. I don't know. I understand, I'm not kink shaming, I'm shaming this book. If you like dark fantasy, dark romance, all of that, that's one thing, but a lot of the comments I saw were like, hey, if this is your first foray into dark romance, do not let this mar the genre for you, because that's not what it is.
I haven't read dark romance, full disclosure. I'm not fully familiar with it, but this doesn't feel like dark romance. You said it best. She writes this guy like an incel would. Like, he is legitimately a depraved individual that somehow, through, I guess, tons and tons of, like, sexual assault and conditioning, makes her love him, is the direction it seems to be going.
End with her loving him.
That's how it feels. That's exactly how it feels. And they set up this thing, I guess we're so deep already, but, like, the story is about Adeline. She is a writer. And she does a book signing where this guy, who is a hacker, fighter, combatant, action movie star, alien, monster man, whatever, he happens to stumble across the book signing and immediately falls in love, becomes obsessed, and decides right then and there he will stalk and force her to love him. By any means necessary. By any means necessary, he explicitly says, I will force her to love me. And force myself upon her. He even says multiple times that he's considered kidnapping her.
Yep.
So it's like it happens instantly. That doesn't feel like dark romance. There's nothing romantic about it. He is legitimately a psychopath. So to give you an idea of some of, like, the action writing, I highlighted a lot. His first, it's chapter 2 where you get to experience the shadow. His name is Z. So you can see the level of thought put into this.
Well, the crazy thing is, his name is Z, and his organization's name, Z.
Yep.
Like, his hacking group is Z, and he's Z.
So here's his first mission that we get to learn about in chapter 2. So right now he's breaking into, like, a child sex trafficking ring to kill all the people. I'd already cut off one of his ears, along with ripping off 10 of his fingernails, severed both Achilles' heels, a couple of stab wounds in specific locations that won't allow the fucker to bleed out too quickly, and too many broken bones to count. Dickhead won't be getting up and walking out of here, that's for damn sure. Less crying, more talking, I bark, scraping the tip of the knife against his still closed eyelids. And like, that's how she writes all of the action, and then... did I highlight the one where he's like, there was only 10 guys. They must have really thought I was weak.
Yeah, so when you first told me that, you were telling me and Danny about that scene, and I was like, all right, you're exaggerating, because you were telling us about how, like, his fucking aunt or something works.
Oh, yeah,
which
comes up.
Never comes up again. He's just like, my aunt, who I taught to be an elite hacker, never brought her up again. But it's like... telling her to make sure the kids don't, or the girls don't step in the blood of the 12 guys he just murdered. I really thought you were exaggerating. But he just, like...
It's literal.
It's like... He yells at her about... He's like, it's more than just a few drops on her foot. Like, if you do it, like, he threatens her. It's like the weirdest, most incel shit of what an incel would think is cool.
It's so fucking bad. I spare it a single glance before moving on. I don't care about fiction books. I only read the ones that are going to teach me something particularly about computer science and hacking. By now, there's nothing those books can teach me anymore. I've mastered, then surpassed it. This is when he goes to, like, Adeline's book signing. He's like, why am I even here? I don't even fucking read books. I know every book that's ever been written now.
He always refers to her, too, I think he does it in this scene, as her voice sounds like it was made for porn.
Yep. Fuck, her voice is pure smoke, the kind you only hear in porn videos.
There you go. It's the most incel shit. I cannot believe, once again, that it was written by a woman.
Yeah.
Because of how the man is written.
It is very surprising, yeah.
It's the weirdest. You said this yesterday, where, like, I'll go on a different tangent about the writing in a minute, but you said yesterday where you can kind of see the author's thought process, where she gets stuck in these thoughts. Like, there's one chapter where Z mentions his Mustang 6 times. He's like, and I'm going back to my Mustang, which is like, and he's over and over, Mustang, Mustang, Mustang. I have not heard it once since that chapter. Never referred to his Mustang since that one chapter. It's like these little pitfalls of writing where she can't get off of this thought and then forgets it forever.
Nice.
It's so strange.
That's cool.
This is really weird, but I was actually talking to my dad about this book.
Nice.
Because he brought up, he gets ads for the ACOTAR series all the time. And I was just saying, like, this book's writing is, if you and I were sat down, I'd say sophomore year in high school, and our teacher was like, write something really good, and we're like, we've got to show we know how to write. That's what this feels like, where you're like, similes, metaphors, look at this deep thought. Yeah.
Counterpoint, none of it's deep. It's all very surface level.
Yes.
So like it feels like it's so juvenile with like its similes and metaphors.
Yep.
And it doesn't really use them for anything other than like, man, and I thought to myself, this sucks harder than me on a nice pair of boobies, and man, do I fucking suckle those titties.
It really, like, especially the shadow. That is almost
that is literally like how he is written.
Yep. I told you the line yesterday that made me want to die. Where he is having his way with Adeline, and he finally reveals his name to her, his full name. I won't spoil that. I'll let you guys get to that one.
Yeah.
And he says, from now on, because she likes to mess with him and call him Kitty Cat, because he calls her Little Mouse. Also hurts my heart.
I got to that too.
Yeah, and he says, from now on, this is the only name you'll utter when referring to me. Unless my cock is in you, you'll call me God. And I told Charlie I'm on the audiobook, so it's a deep-ass voice reading this to me. I'm lifting in my garage, and I literally just went, yeah, like, gross. I can't believe somebody had that thought. And, like, I think a lot of smut in erotica is always going to come off cringy.
Yeah, it definitely.
Because you've got to write words like cock and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, that one just, even now I'm, like, squirming.
Another thing I want to mention in regards to her writing being so, like, almost embarrassingly simple. So, another action scene with him. So, he's infiltrating another group looking to save their prisoners. Their mistake was relying on their limited eyesight for intruders. My ability to hide in the shadows is what ultimately got them killed. Should have had night vision goggles like me. Maybe then I would have had a bit of entertainment. I lick my lips. Be careful, Z, says my right-hand man, Jay. His hacking skills are nearly as good as mine.
My favorite line.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I taught him everything.
Yeah, and only because I was his teacher.
Says that shit about Jay 4 times.
Yeah, actually, he does say that so many fucking times. The action sequences, I cannot believe, are even in this book. Like, this should have just been cut.
Yeah. They're not necessary.
It is so fucking stupid. I couldn't be both a hacker and a mercenary, and what I really enjoy doing is being the one to put the bullet in their heads myself. So I created my org Z from the ground up, recruiting a team of hackers to help the mercenaries with their job, get into the rings, kill them all, and get the victims out safely. I station my mercenaries in high-rate trafficking areas and assign them their own team of hackers. Now Z has become so big that there are teams in every state and several outside of the country as well. So he's got the ultimate, and it's like Kiefer Sutherland in 24, like the CTU, but for hackers and mercenaries.
And he talks about at one point, because does he say there how many years ago he started Z?
He doesn't say here, but it's 5 years ago.
5 years, because when he says that, that is when he started spending time learning to hack.
Yeah.
And he's now the best in the world.
Not only that, he is not only the best in the world, he is an extraordinarily, unfathomably wealthy man.
Yes.
Because every company in the world has been hiring him to hack their competitors.
Because he uses that money to fund Z. And he's always like, I've got this illegal fucking ray tracing GPS technology that cost $2.8 million that I, shouldn't have, but I stole from the government or something like that. Over and over, he's talking about his safe room in his house or whatever, and how it's worth $7 million. Like, it's that incel shit. So, like, it's so crazy.
God, reading these action scenes. It's not hard, though. These assholes bring out the worst in me. Overrode the cameras. You have 1 hour before the system resets and I'm kicked out. I only need 10 minutes.
Oh. And, like, I also want to clarify, when I'm shitting on the writing, I am not saying we could write better, but I'm
saying we could write better.
Actually, we could absolutely
I'm saying
write
we
better.
could write
One of the
better.
really low-hanging fruit points I was making, let me see it real quick,
Yeah.
because I think it was in, like, the first couple pages. It's when she's looking at the house.
About the shadows crawling up the walls.
Yeah, she just
and everything is crawling.
Oh, I swear it's right here. Yeah, she uses the same, I think, simile like 3 times in a row about things crawling up the walls, and it's like within 6 sentences. And it was within the first few pages. And I was just like, oh, God. I'm like, that's what we're in for.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I can't find it. But
she does that a lot. There's
I'm
probably plenty of
flipping
examples.
Between this book and The Way of Kings, the Brandon Sanderson novel from the Stormlight Archive, which is now touted as like one of the best fantasy series ever written in history. And the juxtaposition between those two books is unreal. He tells a better story in his prologue than the 400 pages I've read of this. It's crazy what good writing can do.
Yeah. Well, but then you have incredible stuff like this. Right as I ready up again, one guy comes barreling around the corner. He's dead before he even spots me. Nice little hole between his brows. He was an ugly motherfucker anyway. World would do just fine without him. Before his body can topple over, I grip him by the collar of his shirt and bring him in close, wincing at the bad breath emanating from the rotting hole in his face. I step out of the hallway, using the dead man as a shield against the flying bullets still hurtling my way. The dead body takes a few hits while I fire off 2 single shots. 2 more bodies go down, and I step back inside the hallway, pushing away the bloodied man who's now riddled with bullets.
And he explains, I remember this, and I'm like, this is so weird, because I don't know if this is true or not, and if it's not, I'm like, should just put the weirdest bit in here of, he talks about bullets go through bodies, so he doesn't like to use bodies as shields much.
That's right here.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that true?
I don't use other people for shields unless I have to, and it's only for a few seconds. A chorus of noises arise in the warehouse in the form of terrified screams from the girls, shouts of panic from the men, orders to kill the puta.
Oh, this one, I meant to tell you, it gets a little dicey in the audiobook because they put voices on.
Oh.
I didn't hear it right the first time, so I rewinded, and he very clearly, when he says like puta or gringo, he does like your stereotypical accent, and I was
no.
Is that okay?
Yeah, because there's a few mentions of here like where it does that, where it flips to like what he's hearing.
Yep.
Oh man,
I guess that's fair. What the guy is reading is supposed to be the character. Yeah, that's fair.
I bet that's still fucking weird.
Do you want to... Should I show them what the voices sound like?
Yeah, pull up the voices. I'm going to find some more incredible stuff.
Let's see.
Here, I'll go ahead and give you the end of the action sequence. The bullet rips through their brains in such quick succession that their bodies drop at the same time. He basically... To cue you in, he basically Red Dead Redemption... Or Red Dead 2, like, dead eyes on him. So he just drops all of them like a fucking McCree alt. And then he says, "You see that?" I ask aloud, already knowing Jay is watching through the cameras. "Fuck. It only took you 8 minutes." Jay groans through his earpiece. $500, fucker, is my smug answer. A string of curses leave his mouth, but I tune him out. It's so... Oh, and here, this is what I was talking about that you didn't believe me.
Yep.
Jay, have Ruby make a pathway for these girls. Ruby is one member of the crew who comes in explicitly assigned to handle the survivors and get them to safety. She's a redhead spitfire, but turns to mush when she's around any women or children we save. A pathway? Yeah, I don't want a drop of blood on their toes. But one of them gets blood on their toes.
And he's pissed.
And he fucking has a conniption.
Pissed.
And then also, I love at the very end here, after he saves all these girls, talks about their trauma and how much it means to him to, like, get them as much help as possible. He then ends all of this after this mission saying, my hunt isn't over yet. I have to play with my little mouse now. So he literally goes from saving all of these girls to then stalking and torturing a woman of his own.
That jump happens all the... And, like, I think a lot of people... If they're defending this book, I don't know why you do, but if you're defending this book, I think a lot of people will be like, that's the point. And my point is it's shit. Like, I think people are like, oh, they're showing the juxtaposition, between his good side and dark side. And I'm like, no, it's just terribly hypocritical.
It is. Like, it's not showing like a dichotomy. It's showing that this guy is truly unhinged and is raping a woman until she becomes like okay with it.
Yeah, and it's like at one point he tells her, did you get to this where he's like, oh, you want me to lie to you and take you on dates?
Oh, I just got to that section.
And like his whole point is that he's actually being a good guy by showing her his true side, and she even starts to be like, yeah, would I like him if he, wooed me and took me on dates? And I'm just like, what? Like he's sexually assaulting you and breaking into your house. Like, stop.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll play the voices. I don't know what this is in, but
luckily it's something that allows me, my employees, and
here, wait, let me rewind out of that.
What do you even do for a living?
Oh, I don't want to spoil stuff.
Car's black.
No, it's fine.
That was on my terms, not his. Sniffing, I wipe my mouth and thank God that I wore the lipstick that will take a bucket of oil to even smudge. I stand and wipe the underside of my eyes, clearing them of mascara and eyeliner while he tucks himself back in and slides his belt back around his waist.
It's so sensual.
And then I straighten out my dress, slip the rose grin on his face, slams shut, and the smell of Zaid envelops me. Laptop,
I just gave
charged.
his name away.
The sexual like with for a living, he explained, lighting his work.
Sorry.
I say
sacrifice of some sort. Someone recorded and leaked a video of it happening, and another one just...
It is so, like, deep and sultry that it makes me really uncomfortable.
That guy probably does anime voice acting.
He does this in Goku. He's got range.
Well, he sounds like Light Yagami or something about the monologue. Everything the few ones you've shown me from his voice sound like that.
Yep.
Also, just another example of, like, the level of writing. She's at a club and meets a guy. And your name? I'm Archibald Talvara III. He becomes a pretty core character because Z has been spying on her. Even in this club, he's taken control of the cameras. He's hacked into the cameras at the club. Gets upset, so he sends her a text message. Sneaking off with a random man, little mouse. If I catch his hands anywhere near you, they'll end up in your mailbox by morning. Which they did. But it turns out, he didn't just murder an innocent guy. Archibald Talvara is a crime guy.
Of course.
He's a big crime guy. It was a good thing.
Kills his whole family, too.
And, killed his entire family. Because he, in his words, encroached on his girl, his property. And, he didn't like that.
The other character who is really starting to piss me off, in the beginning, she seemed okay, is Daya.
Yeah.
Which is Adeline's best friend. Part of Z. She's an elite hacker. Only for Z. It all connects.
Every character in this fucking book is an elite hacker.
Everyone.
Literally, there is not a character that hasn't been introduced.
They're either an elite hacker or a pedophile. That is it. That is all who exists. And Daya in the beginning is like, yo, you're fucking crazy. You need to get out of that house. You need to come stay with me. And like seems
level-headed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then slowly is kind of like, did you have sex with him? Like, girl? And I'm like, dude. She's telling you she was sexually assaulted, and you're like, what?
That's fucking... But, like, what did he look like, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what was he... Like, was he good looking?
And it's like, it really made me mad, because I thought that was the one character who was level-headed.
Yeah, there is... no level. The only character that is even almost sane is the fucking police officer who she happens to know, who has played no role in this book so far, by the way. But like after it's clear like he hacked the police to get rid of the records of the stalker, she tells one of the police officers who she like knows really well. He's like, "Oh yeah, this sounds like really serious. I'm gonna be like very vigilant about this now that I know you have a stalker." He is the only one that's somewhat sane.
And then you never see him again.
He has not come back since.
Hey, I'm starting to realize the beginning of the book opens with her talking to her mom. I've not heard about her mom once since.
That's true, yeah.
It's same with the aunt. His aunt shows up, doesn't come back. Like, that's that, like, random... I had this thought, bloop, it's gone.
We still have half a book
That's
left,
true.
so it's possible they make like the Avengers assemble with his aunt.
He was his mom the whole time.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think is going to happen. So one thing we haven't mentioned is they have this side plot line going on where she's exploring this house. It's her Nana's house.
Yep.
And her Nana's mother, her grandmother, was murdered there by a stalker that she fell in love with. Mm-hmm. So it's supposed to show like a parallel where Adeline has a relative that had a stalker, much like hers, that eventually led to her death. Yep. And she's assuming the stalkers who killed her, but she doesn't know for sure, so she's piecing together that mystery as well. What I think is going to be the case is Z is somehow related to that in some way.
Yeah. It's like his great-grandfather.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of something. Speaking of things coming in and disappearing. There are ghosts.
Oh yeah, and there's ghosts.
But not for long. There's a couple chapters.
Yeah,
like
it
starts
ghosts.
by being like she'll walk through the house and can see her breath. And then Z breaks into the house, can see his breath in a certain spot. They both spot an actual apparition.
A real ghost. Yeah, it's not like metaphorical ghosts in the house.
See it.
A real ghost. The one that she saw most recently was she believes to be her grandmother Gigi, who led her to the attic, which led her to like this note
notes, yeah.
that was ripped out of her diary. Which, oh my god, I highlighted this because it's so fucking cliche and tropey. Like whoever edits this book really needs to.
I don't know how this passed editing.
Yeah, it's so shockingly bad because like this is something you'd see out of like Hey Arnold as like a throwaway thing.
This is the one that cuts off.
Yep, the note that cuts off. Where is it? I think it was the previous chapter. Yeah. It's just a lot of like I want to devour you and shit that I've highlighted here because it made me feel gross.
Cringe. You did make me realize though, we haven't heard about the ghosts in a while.
Yeah.
Like that seemed like it was appearing in every chapter. Like I thought maybe the ghosts would fight Z or something, and then they just didn't come back.
God, where is it?
I like this in the book, though, that they put actual notes at the end. That's cute.
It is cute. They do this thing at the end of the chapters where they put these notes from Gigi. Jesus Christ. Where is this section? It's crazy how things get lost. Like shadows crawling up the wall. It wasn't that long ago. Anyway, she finds a note and it literally does the classic, if I die, here's who did it. His name is...
It cuts off and was ripped out of the journal.
Yeah, and I hate that the writer thinks that she's doing a wink wink nod nod, because the line that followed was, "Are you kidding me, Mima? Come on, Gigi, really? What is this, some kind of horror book?" I hate that shit so much. Like, you call out the trope while actively using it as a crucial component of your plot. Like, please, God. Oh, here. Found it. I have to be quick. He said he's on his way and I'm terrified. If I run, he'll catch me, so I'm writing this note down in hopes someone will find it. If something happens to me, John, The note ends there, not even finishing the last word. My mouth drops open in shock as I stare down at it in utter disbelief. Are you fucking kidding me, Gigi? You leave it off there? That's what you wanted to show me? And a note where you're about to say, who, but don't? I finish my rant out loud. Oh, and another thing I hate about this fucking book, multiple times where she's making a bad decision, the writer calls out how stupid she is for it, and it's like, oh dear God.
God. Yes.
Hey, God. When you, like, reincarnate me next time, can you, like, make me not so stupid? And she puts this in the book.
Yep.
It's like, God, why did you make me this way? God, I'm making another bad decision and you're making me do it.
That was like 4 chapters in a row. She said it over and over and over. There's so many things
so
that
annoying.
happen so many times, like, almost like, oh, haha, quirky. Like, she's always reaching over and stealing Daya's drink to drink it in, like, 6 chapters in a row. Like, there's just little things where I'm like, we get it. Like, we've heard this. But yeah, that one really started to drive me nuts. But once again, hasn't happened in the last 8 chapters. So.
Oh, I mean, it's just little lines here and there.
Yeah.
It happens so much.
Oh yeah, there's
God,
so
why
many.
did you make me this way?
Oh.
Can you make me this way next time, please?
And I am totally okay. I want to get this out in the open. You can think God or the gods or whatever the hell you want. Female, male, little bunnies, I do not care. But it is such a big point in those moments where she's talking to God where she has to be like, the female God. And I'm like, you can just say God, I don't care.
That's true. And almost all of the... I wish I had wrote down or underlined one of the examples. It always goes like, God, why did you make me this way? I'm making a bad decision again. You made me really stupid. And it's like, there's God again. She's playing her tricks on my making.
Which is,
yeah, you're right, every
is
time.
made in like a feminist point, which is the thing I hate because I'm like, your book is about a woman having all power taken from her and being sexually assaulted while making this feminist point, which, once again, maybe it's a fucking great writing trope that's going over my head.
It doesn't feel like it's some kind of empowering spin on it. It is numerous times explaining how weak, debased, dehumanized she feels and how much she hates it, and she's crying during it.
Ugh.
But then at the very end of all of this, she's like, and I know, Lord help me, can't help but love it.
Yep.
And it's like, come on, like that's ridiculous.
Exactly. It's really bad.
Yep, can't wait to finish it.
Honestly, though, when we've talked about it, we just shit on it. How long is this video right now?
36 minutes.
36, and I could keep going.
Yeah,
that's the thing where
there's a lot.
Legitimately, I am excited to keep reading because it's bad. Like it
is bad.
It's like a train wreck where you can't look away, and I just want more.
Oh, it has 804,000 reviews.
Holy
actually, almost
shit.
1 million.
This can be a kink for people and a fantasy for people. I just absolutely hate how it is portrayed in this book. Like, I've not read 50 Shades of Grey. I've also heard that book is terribly written.
Yeah.
But isn't the whole thing in that, like, it's consensual non-consent?
Yeah, like, I've seen the movies. In the movies, she is, like, wanting to do it.
Right.
But it, like, simulates, like, you know... Like, there's an understanding between them where she has, like, a safe word.
Yeah.
She can stop it. Adeline can't.
She has
no
sexual assault.
Yeah, it is purely sexual assault. It's not, like, it is... I feel like it is so different from, like, that actual kink.
Yeah.
Alright, so after reading the reviews, I've come to the conclusion maybe this is just not a book written for us.
You may just be wrong.
Maybe there are tons of people who love the sexual assault and the depravity of it. Some people said it wasn't enough. Which is...
So, alright.
I don't get it.
I'm going to try to play devil's advocate to us for a second. If you're into this, reading it is a very safe way to experience your kink, I guess.
I suppose?
I don't understand how 800,000 reviews means millions upon millions of copies sold.
Right.
I can't imagine so many people have a straight-up non-consensual rape kink.
With a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Not only a stranger, a stalker who is literally torturing and ruining your life.
Yeah. Maybe we're wrong.
Maybe.
You should cut this part of the video and put it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of maybe this book just isn't for us.
maybe that's the takeaway, I guess.
So if you really if this is at the beginning now and you really like this book, maybe don't watch more because it's about to get shit on. The one thing I will say is, regardless of the content, the writing is
it's terrible.
It's so
truly horrily written
think
book.
juvenile is a great word for it.
Yeah.
It's written like a high school English paper. It's bad.
Yeah.
Who just learned what similes are. Alright, well maybe we're just wrong.
I guess there is just that chance. I had a point I was going to make, but I've lost it. I gotta find it.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's like a shadow crawling in my brain.
The shadows in your brain?
Yeah, the shadows are in there. Oh, I remember. Yes. Do you think the reaction to this book would be the same if it was a man that wrote it?
I absolutely do not.
See, that's where I'm at. I think the reason this book has so many 5 stars is because a woman wrote it. But if you just change the author from a woman to a man, I think it is unanimously spit upon by the same community that loves it. That's my hot take.
Personally agree.
Because it is degrading. It is legitimately degrading, and they make it explicitly clear how miserable she is with this experience until she just loves it. I feel like if a man wrote that, most of these readers would find it to be like insulting,
like revolting.
Yeah, they would find it to be written by like a chauvinistic pig.
Yeah, because that's how it reads.
It is exactly how it reads.
I truly think it would change everything. What are the chances? There's pictures of the author online and stuff. What are the chances it's a big facade and it's a male author using a pen name and a paid actress?
You might be blowing this wide open.
Ooh.
Shit.
Because I truly think the most shocking thing is that a woman wrote that male character.
It is pretty baffling.
That is the most incel basement dweller idealistic idea of a go macho man, like down to the he smells like leather and cigarettes kind of thing. It's like
I forgot about the leather.
Fucking Marlboro Camel. That was Camel's camel. He's the camel from the smoke ads going around doing depraved things.
Yeah, I think this book would not be as popular if it was a man that wrote it.
I agree completely.
All right, well, tune in next time when we finish this book.
Yeah, and I think for the next one we finish this book. That's the next video. After that, I think we do ACOTAR.
Yeah, I'm down for ACOTAR.
I think it'll be... I've heard people say the writing is still a little juvenile, but the story is much better. So, we'll see.
Okay, that sounds good.
Don't read this, bye.
I would... As far as our good reads go, not a good read.
Yeah, bad read.
Not a good read.
Bad read.
Would not recommend. I've seen a lot of gross videos on the internet. Usually nothing phases me. And I know that's a cliche a lot of people toss around like some kind of hardened, seasoned warrior of internet usage. Like, nothing gets under my skin or gives me the heebie-jeebies anymore. Been around too long. And light up a fucking cigar or something. Like, I know a lot of people say that. But it's just very rare that I find a video that actually unnerves me. And a couple days ago, I found one of those rare cases where a video actually is just so yucky that it put, like, the fear of God back in me when it came to, like, internet gross-out content. And it wasn't, like, a planned shock video. We're not talking about, like, you know, Goatsy, Lemon Party, or any of the classics or anything, or New Age shock videos. What it was a man in Paris set up cups around a location that people were using to publicly urinate. And the cups, people would go up and pee in. And then he would scoot in there like a thief in the night, take the cup, drink it, and set it back down and waddle away, waiting for more people to fill his goblet. And then once it was filled with more strangers' piss, he'd come right back in and claim his prize once more. It is so foul. It is revolting. I'm not going to show you the video itself because I'm sure that would be a terms of service violation on YouTube. It is very clearly sexual. There's no way this guy is drinking strangers' piss for nutritional benefits or because it tastes yummy. It is very much some kind of unreal fetish that I've never even heard of just drinking strangers' pee-pee. But I'll show you what he looks like. So this is the Tinkle Goblin, and he's got multiple cups set up waiting for people to fill it with piss. And I'll show you him about to claim his trophy. This is him approaching the cup in one of the videos here. And he drinks pretty much all of it because he doesn't want to waste any of that sweet nectar that he works so hard to collect here in his cup. In the video, you can see two men pissing into that cup at the same time. They are turbocharging it. Like, it is actual urine. It's not like some kind of staged video. This isn't like a fake CGI experiment or anything, I don't think. It's all one continuous shot from a guy that is just filming from inside of the building and catching this guy in the act, drinking strangers' urine. He sets up these, like, booby traps for piss, so that way he can drink it. It's so weird and gross. I don't even really understand why it's so disgusting to me. I've definitely seen objectively more disturbing and gross videos, but there's something about the repeated nature of him doing this and the idea that he does this often. Because, like I mentioned, in this video, there is, once again, another cup that he has strategically placed to catch more piss, but that one's empty, so he must have already had his fill. But, like, it might be more than just these two cups. He might have cups all around the city. He could be like a Batman tier villain who's trying to suck Gotham dry of their piss. Like, it's just so bafflingly weird and gross to watch him drink all of it after watching the men piss into the cup. It's strange. It's just so odd. I'll show you clips where I talked about it on stream with chat, and we just kind of went over it for a little while. Again, don't show any of the clips of it because I do think it would be a violation of the rules too, but man, is it wild. You see about the guy in Paris stealing strangers' pee to drink? That is actually shocking that you mentioned that because I still have that video pulled up in a tab. It is one of the most bafflingly disgusting videos I have ever watched in my life. Like, it's on the same level as, like, my initial impression of Two Girls, One Cup. Like, the emotions I felt watching that for the first time, I felt again when I watched this video a few days ago. It's so gross. And there's a cup that's filled with fluid. And some old guy walks up to it, fucking chugs it, like literally just skulls this bitch, drinking all of the stranger's piss and puts it back down as like this communal urinal, and then he walks away. So I believe this guy sets a cup down in a position where people will like piss in it, like if they have to publicly urinate, and he collects it all in this chalice, and then he goes and collects it every now and then to drink. It's so wild. Like, someone like that exists. Not only do they exist, but they're part of the same species as the rest of us. Like, I don't know what has to go wrong in someone's brain to lead to that. Also, in the video, there are people that are visibly peeing into the cup. I totally forgot about that in the beginning. There's two guys that are crossing streams on the cup, like the Ghostbusters with their proton beams. So two dudes are literally pissing in the cup right when the video starts. And then about a minute later, the old guy walks over, he's got a plastic bag, he reaches down, he picks up the cup, and he just fucking goes to town. He just goes to town. Sets it back down, walks away. And I imagine, if you haven't seen this video, I bet you have a mental image of what this guy looks like in your head, and I bet you are right on the money with what he actually looks like. He looks like a piss drinker. You look like the piss boy. Well, I mean, like, he actually just does, though. Like, he looks like he's just up to no good at all times. What's even weirder, though, is that this whole area seems like it's a designated piss pot. Because there's also another guy who's near the cup but not on it that's just urinating, too. And it's just in public. Is that not like a crime or something in Paris? Public urination? You know it had to be sexual. It is. It is very clearly sexual. No one's drinking strangers' urine for the flavor or fun. This is some kind of weird fetish. Can't find the video. What's it called? So it's on Reddit. It's called Man Sets Up Cups for People to Piss in and Drinks Them. Is it possibly fake? It'd be quite a wild fake, because it's a continuous shot here. From the men peeing in the cup to the man walking over to the cup and drinking it. That would be a pretty impressive fake. And it'd be a weird thing to fake, because they get actually nothing out of it. People don't usually piss in the street like that. This video was taken during one of the biggest public protests in 50 years. Oh, is that why there's so many people here urinating on this building? I guess that would make more sense. So he's getting angry pee. Maybe this is part of his protest. I'm gonna keep drinking urine until you revert the retirement age changes. And you can't stop me. I'm gonna keep doing it. You better change your ways. But here, I'll bring this part down. This shouldn't be toss. So this is him leaving the scene of the crime there. But you can see all like the piss drivel streaks everywhere. It's, oh my god, it's so fucking revolting. It's so bad. I wonder how many bait cups he has scattered throughout the area, because this is probably not his only spot. He's probably dropped cups in all of like the hot spot corners of public urination. So that's where he's running to right now to go claim his prize from another area. He's like a fisherman with like lobster pots, so he's going to collect his his haul. The guy filming it showed an empty one under the window. No, that was that one, I'm pretty sure. It was just before the other two guys came in and defiled it. Well, not even defiled it, it's exactly what he looked for. Fed him. Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Nice. That's cool. No, that's the shit cup. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe the one in the corner over there was for pee and the other one's for poop. Right. You might be onto something. Like a rain catcher. Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Now it's all coming together. Now he doesn't even seem crazy anymore. It takes a lot to gross me out. If we were living in the Marvel universe, I would have already been recruited by the X-Men, because Charles Xavier would have identified me with Cerebro as a mutant with the superhuman inability to feel disgust. I was just born without that gene to get grossed out by something. Until today. I promise you, I could watch Two Girls, One Cup while eating chocolate ice cream first thing in the morning and not bat an eye. I wouldn't feel a thing. It would just be another casual viewing experience. But today, I found something that rattled me to my core, made my skin crawl. It is so icky. Amaranth announced a collaboration with a beer company to turn her vaginal yeast into a cold brewski for all to enjoy. I couldn't imagine drinking something more revolting. I'd rather drink sewage. I would rather lick a cockroach, a live, living cockroach, than take a sip of vaginal yeast brew. There is no one on the planet I would be enthusiastic about drinking the pussy beer from. Let's extend the net here. It doesn't even have to be vaginal yeast beverages. Any kind of like bodily fluid body part beer sounds awful. If Jesus Christ right now resurrected again and he said, "Please, my children, feast upon my ass juice beer," I'd be hesitant. I'd be like, "Hey, bud, I appreciate everything you've done, but I really don't want to be drinking fucking colon cell brew beer," right? Like, I'll drink your blood. I'll drink blood before that. Like, can we meet somewhere in the middle, a compromise? And when going through their website where they explain everything, I feel like I'm being indoctrinated into a cult, like I'm reading cult flyers or something. It's so odd and off-putting. They take an already revolting concept of using pap smear cervical cells to make a beer out of and make it even more disgusting by the way they talk about it. So the company is a horny Polish brewery called the Order of Yoni, according to this Kotaku article. And when you go visit their site, they kind of explain's the wrong word. They kind of go over the process and also the motivation behind it. They have this page here that looks like Star Wars opening text at the start of one of the movies. And it's a deep look into a deranged psyche behind the evil masterminds of this idea. Imagine an extremely sensual image of femininity, which has often appeared in the wildest of fantasies. You are fascinated by her captivating outward appearance, her passion, her coquettish movements. Admiration reaches its apogee, and the desire to satisfy the senses with its charm increases. This is the most pretentious dog shit I've ever read in my life. They absolutely just typed a prompt into ChatGPT to spit out something moderately profound, full of like buzzwords. Reach out for a bottle filled with a golden beverage replete with female essence. Give yourself up to your instincts and enjoy the intimacy of an extraordinary model. I don't know why they're calling it a golden beverage unless they're also bottling her piss for a beverage, which I'm assuming is right around the corner. You might be able to get like a combo pack here where you get vaginal yeast brewskis as well as a palate cleanser of piss champagne or something, perhaps. You deserve to stimulate your mind and enhance your taste sensations. If you buy this, you deserve to not have access to money anymore. This is a huge waste of money. Please, God, Lord help anyone who purchases this. The Order of Yoni is a sensual experience in the form of a beer enclosed in a bottle, obtaining its unusual flavor notes through the use of champagne yeast, wheat malts, and exclusive additives in the form of orange peel, coriander, and aphramomum. The composition is enhanced with the use of lactic acid from vaginal bacteria to bring pleasure to the senses. They talk about pussy beer as if it's some kind of like end-all be-all panacea, like this sacred nectar from the heavens, where you're going to take a sip of this and it's going to change your whole fucking life. It's going to make you taller and more attractive, and now you're appreciating the true femininity of the female form. When really, if you buy this, I don't think this brings you any closer to women. In fact, it probably pushes every woman away from you if they know that you are a buyer of vaginal yeast brews. That's the worst shit ever. That's like the biggest red flag. Now, I'll be open and honest here. I considered making edible assholes for like a tier list. I've talked about this idea before, where all my friends send in their butthole mold, so that way there's a company overseas that turns it into edible chocolate, and I was going to tier list all of my friends' asses. But that's a little different because it's just chocolate in the shape of what their brown balloon knot looks like. It's not actually using their poop shooter in order to make the chocolate. It just takes an impression of it and makes the chocolate look like that. So it's still like totally edible chocolate. It's very different than having turned her vaginal yeast into a beer itself. That is crossing a line. That is the point of no return. If you're buying this and like getting hard from it, like being so terminally horny that you consider this like a sensual experience, is so weird to me. Now, they do go over the process a little bit here, and it still feels like it's some kind of brainwashing procedure. We devote a lot of time to looking for a woman who has all the desired instincts, the goddess we want to put in a bottle. Oh my lord, making me want to vomit just with that statement right there. We discovered the process of transmitting female essence by isolating lactic acid bacteria from yoni of sensuous women. Paulina, brunette. Monica, blonde. Patricia, blonde. An essential part of this process is to ensure the safety of our product. During isolation, the material is tested for the absence of other bacteria and viruses. These procedures prevent other bacteria and viruses from surviving, thus allowing the growth of only lactobacillus bacteria. Once again, in terms of certainty and safety, a final test of the propagated lyophilized bacteria is carried out before the use and preparation of the material. Jesus Christ, I'm not a fucking pussy beer scientist. These words are throwing me for a loop. But basically, they're talking about how they're going to ensure you're not going to get sick from it. A gynecologist collects a vaginal smear from the models. These smears are taken to a laboratory where bacteria are isolated, cleaned, and analyzed and multiplied. At the end of the process, the bacteria are used to produce the pure lactic acid that goes into yoni beer. They also have an entire lore breakdown behind the company here, the whole story. Great goddess, the greatest among gods, feminine deity whose main reincarnations were Aphrodite, Venus, Ishtar, Makash, and Freya. Thousands of years ago, the great goddess's worshippers and priests in almost all cultures and civilization discovered her sacrament, her divine part lying hidden in the deity's yoni. Priestess of the goddess had found deities amongst women, took with respect the Saint Yoni Lactobacillus, the divine sacrament, and combined it with water, malts, and yeast, creating the first sour ale. And then it goes on and on into this like wild and wacky history lesson. I don't know. I don't know enough about the origins and the genesis of the first sour vaginal beer to be able to comment on the authenticity of the story they tell here. But it is still creepy and weird regardless. This is like a really weird company. Now, Amaranth herself, the patient zero of vaginal beer deities, said that it's hilarious. People will buy the beer for sure. I don't know if they'll actually drink it. I mean, they'll probably drink it. They'll definitely drink it. I actually have more respect for the people that were buying Belle Delphine's bathwater as a collector's item than the people that are going to buy and consume vaginal yeast beer. That is just so yucky to even think about. The flavor notes on that must be incomprehensible. Like, you take one sip of it and your brain immediately goes smooth as the regret washes over your entire being. Like, it's just, it's so odd. She views it as a joke, which I understand. Like, if you're gonna do this as a joke, whatever. I mean, it's still a weird joke to make, but at least she's not saying that she thinks it's like a good, sensual idea to bring her fans closer to her, take all of her fans into her fucking womb, or whatever, to start feasting on her cervical cell beer. But yeah, like I said, it's no easy task to make me feel disgusted. But this pulled it off. Just imagining drinking that makes me a little nauseous. So I just wanted to talk about this. I have no doubt it's going to be a smashing success here for her and that company. I don't think she's the first one they're doing this with. On their website, they have the deities thing, where there's 3 women there, and I'm guessing they already made this product with those 3 women, and now Amaranth is just another one signing up for it. And I have no doubt her audience is going to buy all of it. I think it's going to fully sell out. They'll probably need to really have her go on to the gynecologist once a day to keep fucking scrubbing for the yeast they need. Well, actually, no, I don't think they need to do that, because according to their website, they can just keep fucking cloning the yeast she sends in. So this is like a one and done thing for her, and she's just going to be able to keep raking in profits every time they start firing up a new batch of vaginal beer. So I guess a smart business move, maybe? I have no idea, but I do foresee this being a huge hit with her audience, which is very pathetic to say. Anyway, just had to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. I got no wacky intro for you on this one. We're going to be covering a degenerate scumbag streamer who appears to have beat his wife on stream, and now, since it's blown up, he's trying to use a Jedi mind trick to convince everyone that their eyes were wrong, that you had a malfunction in your vision, because he didn't beat his girlfriend, he only pushed her, actually. Your eyes are wrong, you didn't see what you thought you saw, is his strategy. But how about I show you the clip first, and then we'll go ahead and digest that a bit.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow. What is drinking?
It was in here. It was on this. I don't even know how. I turned around and...
Calm down.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Turn your thing off and turn the fan off.
Yeah, it looks like he strikes his girlfriend. Who pushes someone with a closed fist? You can see on that first time he brings his arm back, he has it balled up. You can very briefly see like a frame of what looks like a closed fist. Who is pushing someone like that? And also, she responds to the very loud noise that sounds like a hit by saying ow. She says ow twice, both times after he thrusts his arm forward towards her. So if it wasn't a punch, it was a slap. Either way, he is striking his wife. Like, he's trying to claim that it was just a push, which, by the way, is also a really fucking weird defense too. It's like, no, I don't hit my wife, but I push the fuck out of her, actually. I push her so hard that she says ow multiple times. Whoa, guys. Let's pump the brakes. Hold your horses. I don't hit my pregnant wife. That's uncivilized. I just push the fuck out of her until it hurts. I cause her physical pain through pushing, not through punching. I use open hand palm strikes in a pushing fashion like a monk. That's what I do. And that's normal. You guys, you're blowing this way out of proportion. It's fucking disgusting, this freak. And now all of this is over him spilling a drink on his setup and him like panicking and throwing a temper tantrum over it. His wife came in to like try and help, and then she's over in the corner, and then you can see him lunge at her twice, throwing his arm at her twice in what appears to be a punch or a slap. Either way, it is a strike. That is not him pushing her, and even if it is him pushing her, it clearly hurt. He caused her pain. You can hear the impact. Like, you can't talk your way out of that. You can see and hear this through the clips. But here, let's do a little zoomed in version where you can really more clearly see and hear everything.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow. Ow.
I think it's pretty obvious. Now, I'll go ahead and show you his response to it, where he tries his best to convince everyone that they're wrong and he doesn't hit his wife in the face, specifically, is what he clarified. He doesn't hit her in the face. And that what actually happened is that he pushed her. And actually, he pushed her to save her life, actually, because her fingers were caught under the PC, and it was that's what was hurting her. That's what was making her say ow. And him being so brave and courageous, he pushed her twice, just like that, in order to, keep her safe. His pregnant wife, by the way.
They're saying like the grunts make it look bad, like the way I was grunting. Brother, I promise you, brother, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's literally like, no, I grunted in that. I mean, I grunted, but I wasn't hitting her, bro. I pushed her. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't fucking hit her. I would never hit her on her face, bro. That's fucking crazy. She was not crying afterwards. What the hell, bro? She literally was like, she was not crying. She just literally said, turn the fucking thing off. Bro, what I was saying is, if I hit her, she would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you do that for? What'd you hit me for? It wasn't one push. It was one push, bro. It was literally like...
It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, what he's trying to pull here, it relies solely on people being dumb enough, delusional enough, or just genuinely not caring enough to form their own thoughts on what they can see and hear in the clip, and will instead just take his word for it. The word of an embarrassing cringe fungus that can't stop raging anytime anything happens to him in his goddamn Call of Duty game. This guy flips out constantly, and then he starts becoming Donnie from the Wild Thornberries, and then like going crazy and just like punching and throwing and destroying things around his room. He has so many fucking rage moments, and in one of them, he even like charges at his wife again. But in that instance, he doesn't appear to hit her. Instead, he just like body bumps her, or going for like some kind of like chest bump on her as she tries to check on him to make sure that he's still okay and hasn't given himself some kind of fucking aneurysm or blown a gasket.
You fucking stupid! Oh my god, you just got me banned! 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 You just got me banned!
Stop!
You got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned, dog! You just got me fucking banned!
Stop! You're shit! You're gonna ruin your...
I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. You just got me banned. You just got me fucking banned. You just got me banned.
There are just so many clips just like this one of this fucking loser. It became his shtick. Like, I'm pretty sure he tried to make this his whole brand image. I can find clips just like this going back to 2024. He is always just freaking out constantly because he is just a maniac, like an actual lunatic person who needs to be institutionalized.
Ooh, I swear to fucking God. You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm... And I just spilled it. Of course, the 5 seconds I gotta clean up. There's a... Please, on God. I don't know where my remote went. I don't know where my remote went. Bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. What do I do? Chat, please help me, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck.
He's literally SpongeBob with the ripped pants. This is his one joke. I hesitate to call it that because he actually does just have this level of disorder where he can't control himself. He is just always having violent outbursts, but he tries to use it for his content on TikTok. Like, that's his whole image there, is he's the psychopath guy who's just always fucking angry, it seems. What a complete pathetic loser. How do you even look yourself in the mirror? The shamelessness, man. Like, how? You're just such a fucking weirdo. Now, he does seem to have made a habit out of constantly spilling his drink on his desk because he's always hitting it and freaking out. That kind of thing, always for the sake of his clips on TikTok. But in the one where he starts hitting his girlfriend, or excuse me, his pregnant wife, it seems like he didn't anticipate the drink to spill on his computer and actually cause a problem. So from what I understand, it did actually get in there and cause an issue on his PC, which is why he was freaking out even more so than usual, and then got physical with his wife. Now, to really seal the deal, Jordan Cisco here had a galaxy brain scheme of bringing his wife on stream to defend him and trying to really showcase everything that happened, you know, giving his side of things to make sure everyone understands the truth of the situation. And his wife seems to have a bruise around her eye. That's what it looks like.
I want to see what he says, Jeff.
I'm literally like hyperventilating and shit. And then I come in here, and then she comes in running after me. Then I pick up the PC. I put it on top of that PC. You see that PC right there? I put it on top of that PC. All right, you understand? Let me put it in context, bro. So when she's standing there, I'm putting the PC on right here. Hold on, let me see. Wife, can you come record this, please? Wifey? By the way, I just wanted before I'm talking about I'm talking about everything else, like if I ever did hit her, which is insane, I would never hit my wife, and she's pregnant. She would have...
It looks like you can see like the fucking mark in her face from where he fucking apparently hit her, you know? Looks like she's got a fucking black eye.
Have stuff on her face. I mean, you could.
So you guys can Look here.
literally see. Like
I have shorts
I mean,
on.
It really does look like that. And his explanation here of, I was stacking the PC on the other PC like Lincoln Logs. You see, that's what was happening here. And then my wife came in and I needed help, and then her fingers got caught under there, so I had to start pushing her, in order to protect her. And she was saying, ow, like it was hurting her because her fingers are under the PC and it's really heavy. It's like tungsten. It's like a tungsten block. Very dense. Fucking 10,000 pounds on her fingers. I had to start just striking at her face to push her off of there.
and I basically, with the cords attached, I was trying to pick up this PC like this, Jack, and I was putting it on this PC. You understand? On this PC that I just had. Nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. This. Laid it flat like this. Then it got on her fingers. You saw it. It was in the corner of the screen. By the way, nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. Man saw me use one arm motion and thought I hit her. Like, it's insane.
Listen to his story tell. I'll show you the clip. Hold on.
She had her fingers right here. And she literally, that's when she was like, she couldn't get it on the PC. So I pushed her, and she literally was saying ow because of the fucking shit was on her fingers. It was literally on her fingers. This is like I don't know how much it weighs, but it was on her fucking fingers like this.
The story doesn't make any sense. She wasn't saying ow until you threw your arm towards her, man. And you're saying you only pushed her once, but you can see your arm go towards her twice, and she says ow both times. If the pain was caused by the PC on her fingers, she would have been saying ow or expressing discomfort before you started thrusting your arm towards her, you wife-beating freak. You fucking scumbag. And every sensible, sane person on the planet is calling him out on that obvious lie there. There are no other explanations for what happened here because his official story doesn't pass the smell test. If the pain was caused by her fingers being under the PC, why was she not saying anything like ow until you started doing this at her? And he's saying he only pushed her once, but you can see 2 thrusts towards her. So what, did the second one not happen? That just doesn't exist? He's just rewriting the lore there, just trying to hope that you didn't watch the clip yourself? It's just ridiculous, man.
I'm not, I swear on my life, on my soul, I'm not an abuser. We are in a happy relationship, a very happy, we're literally married, and we've been together for 5 years. Trust me, if there was something up, our whole family would know about it. I'm telling you.
You can hear her
Chad,
saying
please.
ow, ow.
I'm telling you, we are in such a happy relationship. She's
me-
gonna be talking about herself, by the way. I'm gonna be out of the room because I want y'all, I don't want y'all to think I'm being like
The
that.
skin contact that you guys are talking about, where you're hearing it, Jordan was so freaked out in that situation, and I love him, and I've been with him for 5 years. Like, when Jordan flips out, like, I mean, y'all have seen him many, many times. I mean, if he punched me, I mean, it would be very obvious. I'm very pale. Be very obvious if he, like, literally hit me or something. So, her eyes.
She's not really saying that she's not saying he did it either.
What I normally look like all the time.
She goes on to say that if he hit her, it'd be very visible, and that the mark on her eye is just what her eyes normally look like. Now, I haven't seen a picture of them outside of, like, a stream setting, so I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely does seem like a mark. But she goes on to defend him, and it's just heartbreaking. And even in the initial clip, after the very clear signs of a strike and the sound of the impact, the skin-on-skin contact, she, like, responds, ow, and then, like, kind of shocked, like, you can hear that. And then she goes back to talking to him as if it's normal, like it's just business as usual, like it's treatment she's used to. And it's fucking heartbreaking to hear that. And for him to then put her on stream, like, okay, she's going to talk all by herself. I'm not going to do anything. She's going to talk all by herself. Now she's going to be over here and you can ask her anything you want. She's going to talk all by herself. She's going to be out there. And then she sits there to, like, defend, like, oh, no, it's all good. It's just very sad and scary. I just had to yap about this. I'm wishing the absolute best for her and the baby. I really hope she finds a way out of this relationship. I think the evidence is pretty clear that there was definitely a impact that caused pain. If not a punch, potentially a slap. I don't believe his narrative that it was a push, but even if it was just a push, why are you pushing your fucking pregnant wife? Why? Why are you putting your hands on her aggressively like that? He's saying he only pushed her once, which again is easily disprovable. It's categorically false because you can see twice he thrusts his arm towards her. So if it is a push like he claims, he did it more than he's saying he did, and it clearly was aggressive and a violent push. But I am of the belief that it was either a punch or a slap based on the sound of things. A push doesn't make that kind of sound. But I will reiterate again, if it was a push, it's still completely unacceptable to be violently shoving your pregnant wife, you gross fucking scumbag freak worm person. This whole thing has been infuriating. I really think this should constitute not only a ban, but an investigation. This should probably lead to jail time. I would think they should look into it at least. I think the evidence is pretty clear, but let's see what authorities have to say. I hope there is a follow-up to this because it's just completely unacceptable. So yeah, I wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. So yeah. Hate is a very strong word, but unfortunately it's not strong enough to encapsulate my feelings on health insurance. I've yapped about it a lot. People have talked about it a lot for a long time. It is the most corrupt, evil industry in this country. You pay a premium every month for years and years with the sole purpose of having this health insurance provider step in should a crisis ever arise to help with the financial burden of the expensive medical procedures or treatment or medicine, whatever it might be. However, should a crisis ever arise, I promise you, your health insurance provider is going to be the first one dancing over your corpse hitting a fucking whippin' nay-nay as you're going straight to Valhalla because they have denied your claims. It is the most unhinged business model that is trying to capitalize off your death and misery. You pay this company to do one thing, and this company's entire goal, its modus operandi, its chodus operandi, is to find ways to wiggle out of doing the one thing you pay it for. That, I just had to spit. It makes me so sick. That is the tug-of-war back and forth that you sign up with health insurance, and that's normal here. You pay it for something, and its goal is to find ways out of doing the coverage that you're paying for. And right now, the reason why I'm jabbering about it again is because I just learned that Ben Askren, who has been fighting for his life for the better part of a month and some change, is now needing a double lung transplant, which is a very expensive procedure, and has been denied by his health insurance. So now his family has had to resort to crowdfunding to try and get the funds together to pay for this life-saving procedure that is medically necessary for him to continue living. It is storming so hard here, even the heavens are angered by health insurance. I don't know if you can hear all of the rain crashing against my window. It sounds like fucking hail, like bowling balls hitting it, and then extreme thunder. But point is, this is infuriating. What do you pay health insurance for if it won't try and cover you in a life-saving procedure? It is a scam. Its entire business model relies on finding ways of denying you coverage so they can save money on the bottom line while milking you dry your whole fucking life as you pay these premiums to them. It is fucking disgusting. I swear to God, people that peddle Fint are more ethical and honest than health insurance companies. Like, there is nothing on this planet that is more scummy and shady than health insurance. I genuinely cannot believe the state that it's in. I'll go ahead and briefly explain what's happened to Ben Askren that's led to needing this double lung transplant, at least briefly. As I understand it, he was hospitalized with pneumonia. He was in critical condition for a while, but started to make slight recovery. According to his family, even got some of his personality back. But in order to live, to survive, he is going to need the lung transplant. So he is on the list awaiting that, but has been denied coverage from health insurance. And I saw a lot of people speculating that, oh, here's another case of a celebrity superstar athlete blowing all of his money, but that is not the case. His family has come out to debunk those rumors. It's not like he's blown through all his money or anything. A lot of his money is tied up in investments and reinvesting into the sport, as well as this just being extraordinarily expensive to just shoulder on your own, even with a ton of money in your back pocket. It's one of the most expensive surgeries there is. And luckily, health insurance has come in here and just went, Pah! So now there is no one to help except for the community. So I'm going to put a link to the fundraiser in the description of this video. It is unbelievable that that's what it comes to. In order to survive, you have to rely on the generosity of others instead of the company that you pay for the sole purpose of trying to help you survive in case of a situation like this arising. It is despicable that this is still happening and will continue happening for the foreseeable future. It's not like it looks like there's going to be any sweeping improvements done to health insurance anytime fucking soon. So his family has started a fundraiser to try and get donations so that way they can cover the medical expenses. I've seen quite a few fighters come forward saying that they're going to help cover it. Dana White posted on his story sharing the fundraiser, but I don't know if he himself personally is donating to it, which I found really odd because Dana White drops like a couple $100,000 to like YouTubers just to be nice to them. Yet I haven't heard about him himself donating for the Ben Askren life-saving surgery. Of course, he's not like required to or anything, but a few $100,000 to Dana White, that's like a night of gambling for him. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering about health insurance being a fucking scam, which it is. It is a scam. This is just really sad. That's really about it. See ya.